Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Galletto Rossonero here with you guys. Il Calciomercato is over. We did il Pagellone del Milan yesterday. They get a 5.5 for not being really active. What did the rest of the big teams do? We'll talk about some notable as well. And that's it. So please like and subscribe as usual. Right away, we start with Juventus. They get a 9, maybe even a 9.5, guys. Not only do they get Vlahovic, one of the best young strikers around, they get to sell Kulusevski and Bentancur to Tottenham, making back the entire 70 million they spent on Vlahovic. They add Zakaria for peanuts in the midfield. Zakaria will do a world of good for that midfield. Honestly, I think Allegri will love him. And more importantly, they get rid of Ramsey, who goes to Rangers. Guys, they've been trying to get rid of him for a long time. They finally do it. A big salary off the books for the remainder of the season, but then we'll see. But an important move. Inter, in my opinion, gets an 8. Why? Because they add Caicedo, who will be a great sub for Dzeko. Gosens is an upgrade on the left-hand side. They get rid of Sensi, who goes to Sampdoria. So, great moves overall. Marotta seizing the occasion for Gosens. A good move, in my opinion. But we'll see what he does when he comes back at the end of February. Roma, in my opinion, get a 7.5. Moore was begging for reinforcements. He gets 2 good ones who had a great impact on the team right away. Maitland-Niles and Sergio Oliveira in the midfield. He changed the entire midfield by himself. He is a great player. Already scored a goal for them. So great impact. They get rid of Reynolds. They get rid of Villar, which Mourinho couldn't stand. They don't get rid of Diawara because he refuses every destination, a bit like Castillo. Craziness. But overall, some good moves. The other Roman team, in my opinion, Lazio, get a 5. They get Cabral all the way at the end, but it's not what Sarri really needed. They get rid of Muriqi, who's been there, one of the worst acquisitions ever for a Serie A team. Honestly, he was horrible the entire time he was there. But Sarri was begging for reinforcements, especially in defense. He doesn't get them. We'll see. They get a 5, guys. Not more than that. That's what they deserve. Atalanta, in my opinion, gets a 7. Yes, they lose Gosens, but they replace him with Boga, a great young player that comes from Sassuolo. He's one of the players that has the most dribblings in Serie A, one-on-one. He can beat you at any time. A very strong player. They even get a young, another player from Parma, Maele. Don't remember his name, but a good acquisition as well. So 7 for Atalanta. I think it's a good number. Fiorentina, in my opinion, get a 7.5. Why do they get 7.5? They got criticized for selling Vlahovic, but they sold a player that they want to play there and that his contract was coming up at the end of next year. If they would have waited this summer or next January, they wouldn't have gotten much for him. And so selling him now for 75 million euros and reinvesting that money into the team, they got Piontek, they got Cabral as strikers. We see how they do in Serie A. But they also got Icone, and Icone is a very underrated player on the right-hand side. I love him, and they got him for cheap, guys. So in my opinion, Fiorentina is 7.5. Some notable player acquisitions as well, some notable moves from other teams. I think Salernitana did some good moves. They got rid of Simi, who apparently didn't want to be playing with them because he wasn't doing nothing. He goes to Parma, back in Serie A B. They add Verdi, they add other players. So we'll see if it's enough to make them stay in Serie A. Venezia making some good moves. 2 great acquisitions, in my opinion. Nani, yes, he's older. Big superstar in the game if you want when he was a bit younger. He comes in, even if he plays 55 minutes and gives you good 55 minutes, it's a great upgrade. And then they get Ensame. Ensame from Young Boys, a prolific striker, guys. If he can repeat what he's done with the Young Boys, Venezia will save themselves, for sure. He is a great striker. We'll see what he does in Italy, but a good move. I thought Torino did a good market as well. They get rid of Verdi. They bring in Ricci for the midfield. Ricci, a good young talent, played with Empoli, will develop into a big centrocampista, in my opinion. So a good move as well. Bologna acquire Abisher. Abisher, very interesting. A lot of quality, a lot of quantity. He comes from the Young Boys as well. I think it's a great move. Genoa, a lot of ins, a lot of outs. Will it be enough? We'll see. I don't think it will. Sampdoria bring in Supriaga and Sensi. Good moves. We'll see if Sensi stays healthy. If he does, a great add for the midfield. And that's about it, guys. So let me know what you think. Write in the comments, like and subscribe. We want your opinion. Are the votes I gave good, bad, not so good? Let me know. Let me know what you think. What votes would you have given? Write it all in the comments. You know I love reading your comments. So have a great soccer day, guys. Like and subscribe.